All right, today we're going to deconstruct the marketing for a dietary supplement called Thyrafemme Balance. We're going to walk through its claims, its ingredients, and all the sales tactics they use, pulling directly from their own promotional material to see how this whole thing is put together. Let's dive in.
Right off the bat, this is the main hook. The ancient moon elixir ritual. I mean, that's a very specific choice of words, isn't it? It's designed to make you think of something natural, maybe a little mystical, some kind of time-tested wisdom for what they're calling feminine thyroid harmony.
So, let's pull back the curtain on this moon elixir ritual. What does it actually mean? This first part is all about the core concept and the big top-level promises they're making. Okay, so at its heart, the product is sold as this big, comprehensive 14-in-1 formula. And the main claims? They all circle around achieving thyroid balance, which they then connect to all these other great things like having steady energy, a better mood, and just overall feminine wellness. Now, to make that whole mystical, ancient elixir thing feel a bit more grounded, the marketing blends it with an appeal to science and nature. The message here is basically, hey, these ingredients aren't just random magic. They were specifically chosen to help your body's own natural processes. So what's actually in this 14-ingredient formula? This next section is where we break down the specific vitamins, minerals, and herbs they're using. You know, instead of just hitting you with a long, confusing list of 14 ingredients, they make it easier to digest. They've organized everything into 3 distinct groups, and each one has a name that tells you what it's supposed to do. First up, you've got the thyroid, nourishers, and hormone helpers. This is framed as the real foundation of the whole formula. You see stuff like iodine from kelp, L-Tyrosine, zinc, and selenium, all things they describe as being totally essential for producing and converting thyroid hormones.
Next, we've got the boosters. Now, this group is all about the effects you might actually feel. You know, things like more energy or better mental clarity. It's got B12 and magnesium, a few key trace minerals, and even cayenne pepper, which they say helps to awaken metabolism.
And the final category is all about adaptogens and inner balance, which features ashwagandha and schisandra. In the marketing, these are presented as these powerful, ancient herbs that help your body deal with stress and promote a sense of calm and hormonal balance.
Okay, so we know what's in it, but what does the company claim this stuff actually does for you? This next part covers all the specific benefits they're promising.
And right here you can see that all-in-one angle they're really pushing. The claims start with the thyroid, sure, but then they branch out really fast to cover metabolism, mood, and even benefits for your hair and skin. They're positioning this as a total wellness solution. Now, along with all the benefits, there's a huge focus on what's not in the formula. This is all about building trust by talking about purity. They use powerful words like zero stimulants and not habit-forming, and mention all those labels like non-GMO and vegan to make you feel really safe about the product's quality. Okay, so to build on that trust, the presentation shifts to a classic marketing move, social proof. And that starts with user testimonials. Here's the first one, from a Danielle L. Notice how this testimonial perfectly echoes the claims we just saw. She's talking about feeling recharged and brighter, directly hitting on those energy and mood promises. The second one, from Lisa P., zeroes in on those appearance benefits. She specifically calls out her skin and hair looking better, and then she brings it all back to that central theme of feeling balanced. And for the final punch, we get this really strong general endorsement from Tina J. This one uses powerful emotional language, like calling it an absolute must and saying she feels more like myself, to be super relatable. Then, to back up all those stories and quality claims, they hit you with this statement about their production standards. Mentioning the USDA and an FDA-registered facility is a key tactic to add a layer of credibility and authority to the whole pitch.
All right, we've seen the product, the ingredients, and the promises. Now for the really crucial part. How do they sell it? Let's take a look at the VIP offer.
So first, they sweeten the deal with a bunch of free digital bonuses, ebooks, and things like that. The presentation then slaps a total value on them of over $350, which makes the actual purchase seem like an even better deal by comparison. And here it is, the pricing structure. It's a classic tiered model. Buying one bottle is $79, but if you go for the 6-bottle gold pack, the price drops way down to $49 a bottle, and that's where they advertise the biggest savings. They're clearly incentivizing you to buy in bulk. And then, just as you're weighing the options, they hit you with this. This is a very direct marketing tactic,
a stark warning to create a powerful sense of urgency and scarcity. It's a classic sales technique designed to push you to make a decision right now.
So after that super high-pressure warning, how do they get you to relax and actually click buy? Well, that brings us to our final section, where we get into the guarantee and all the important fine print.
And here's the answer. To cancel out the anxiety they just created, they immediately offer what's called a risk reversal strategy, a 60-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. It's designed to make the decision feel totally safe. Now for the crucial fine print. This is the standard disclaimer you'll find on dietary supplements all over the United States. It's the part that clarifies that the big claims about treating or curing anything, well, those haven't been officially approved by the FDA. And the presentation wraps up with this direct quote from their own site, encouraging you to talk to a doctor. It's a fascinating look at how a modern wellness product is marketed, isn't it? It's this blend of ancient mystical storytelling with very specific, very modern sales tactics. The next time you see a product like this online, what parts of its structure are you going to recognize? The Elixir story, the urgent warning, it's all part of the formula. Thanks for watching.